tie. We're dead level once again. 3 frames each. Ronnie O'Sullivan right back in the mix now. 3-all from 3-0 down. Shaun Murphy has had chances to be looking at a healthy lead right now, and he's got to forget about those chances and concentrate on what's ahead, because there's still 4 frames to come in this session.
Yeah, I think also the referee, Shanghai, has got to forget about going up to the players and either saying their shirts out or something. He went up to O'Sullivan at the end of that frame and suggested there was something not right, like a button was undone or the shirt was... I think that's just wrong. He's in a bubble of good concentration. He looks smart enough. I think the referee should concentrate on taking the balls out of the pockets, keeping the crowd in check, things like that. Great pot. Got a little lucky, but who's to say he didn't deserve that?
Well, he needs to re-establish the form he was in at the start of this final. Indeed, the form he's been in throughout the week. Just 1 or 2 careless errors from Murphy have crept in the last few frames. And that's why his lead has evaporated. So he needs to get back on track quickly.
In fairness, I do think the referees, there is a directive that goes around that instructs them to do what he did and tell a player to put his shirt in or something, but I just think it's totally wrong. Anyway, Murphy is cueing well, and he has to remember how well he was played to get here and in the early frames.
60.
And there's no reason why at 3-3 couldn't go on and at least level this first session, or of course pull away and win it. 10-frame session.
17.
Sullivan has put him on the back foot, but he's got to look at it and say, well, it's a good job I won those early frames. That's not quite so well played. I think he's on the red still. Well, the good thing about that was he didn't actually kiss into the blue ball on the way through. It's a good shot, this. And also, he may just go into the pink here at pace and get the reds open. When Murphy plays this shot, he really does play it well. There's always the worry, of course, if you hit it smack on, that you will knock a red in. It's possible. Well, in this case, the cue ball went in. The reds didn't really split, but he's a bit unlucky for that to happen. Well, he nearly missed the pot, and that's the reason the cue ball's gone astray. So this is really, all he's got here is a safety shot.
No, that's not even 1.
I think Murphy's grappling at the moment with the knowledge that although it's 3-all, he really should be ahead. mean, this was hardly a gimme, but we know how good Murphy is from long range, and he missed that by a long way. Worse for him, he's left O'Sullivan an easy starter.
Three.
Well, there was some doubt. Red drifting to the near jaw, but it dropped.
$11. 12.
Wow, I wonder if the red that he's pushed close-ish to the left corner is actually available.
17.
The red to the right is, but he's very close to this. Be careful not to play a push shot here. Oh, that's well played. It sounded
18.
like a very smooth contact, no push shot. And cue ball perfectly on the blue.
$23.
Ronnie O'Sullivan isn't especially associated with comebacks because during most of his career he's won by leading from the front. Of course, he did produce an extraordinary comeback against Kyron Wilson from 5-1 down, albeit that Kyron will know he really should have won that match. He had lots of chances to put O'Sullivan away. But 3-0 down today in the final against a very much informed Shaun Murphy. O'Sullivan had to dig deep
31.
once again.
32.
And he's done just that. He's begun to produce some of his more free-flowing snooker, and we know that can be devastating.
Yes, it's a slight crisis, I think, now in this match. I know that if Ronnie was to win this frame, which he hasn't yet, by the way, but if he was to, it would be only 4-3, but it's a surge of 4 frames potentially in a row here.
40.
And then you wonder where his next frame's coming from. And Ronnie's just got to finish off the job, though. Still enough points left, should he miss, for Murphy. And he needs 2 of these remaining 3 reds.
47. 48.
His third half century of the final.
Yes, it's not been a final with huge breaks as we may have expected. We haven't seen a century yet, have we? And nice break, 68 from Murphy. It's been very entertaining all the same.
Acknowledgement of frame ball, barring snookers, this to make sure. So it's going to be a 4-frame winning run for Ronnie O'Sullivan, who's going for his 15th
61.
consecutive win here in Shanghai and his 3rd consecutive title.
62.
Yeah, I think the point I was making is with 3 more frames to play, Murphy is going to have to take some of those. He's going to have to win at least one.
69.
From his point of view. And he could obviously still go in front going into tonight, but everything is with O'Sullivan right now. His concentration's there,
71.
his touch is back. Murphy's lost his game, and these are the moments when you've got to dig in and win frames.
74.
Or else this man would just devour the table and go even further in front.
Not enough points for a century here for
78.
O'Sullivan. He's made 6 of them this week. 2 against Robertson, finished with a 1-3-4 to beat the Australian. But he's really begun to play now. And that's 4 frames on the bounce from the defending Shanghai Masters champion. Food for thought for Shaun Murphy, who was 3-0 up, remember, and now trails